Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar. This is Jim Pittman and today is Saturday, April the 21st, 2012. And we are here to have some fun talking about sending Mother's Day cards. Want to make it fun and easy to reach out to the special moms in your life. By way of quick introduction, my wife Tori and I are SendOutCards distributors. On May 3rd is actually our 6th anniversary. It's May 3rd, 2006 that we started using SendOutCards and became involved in the business. And we've seen a lot of changes since then. Tori and I now work the business together. Though you won't usually hear her on the phone or teaching people how to use SendOutCards or introducing it to them, we have very different responsibilities since we have 4 kids between the ages of 2 and 15. Tori is very much a part of my success by taking care of our family and helping out in so many other ways behind the scenes. But we like to emphasize that we are a team in SendOutCards, and much of what you're going to see today comes from her inspiration to me, but you just won't be hearing her on the actual call today. So, starting at SendOutCards.com, I want to give you a little bit of an intro here. We have several people watching this presentation that have never used SendOutCards, and a lot of people who are very experienced with it. So I'm going to be touching on some things that will hopefully be useful for all of you. But the real purpose of this webinar is to celebrate mothers and to help us reach out in kindness to the special moms in our lives. I am a firm believer that motherhood is something that should be celebrated. And speaking for myself, my mom passed away from cancer back in 2007, so she's no longer with us. And she was only 62 years old, bless her heart. But she had a great life and reared a great family, and I am forever thankful to my mom. There's a lot of other moms besides our own mom that we need to remember to celebrate. And some of you may even have close friends or family members who desire to be a mom, but they're not able to have kids. And there's other ways that they serve in motherhood capacities, helping other children. And it could be everything from a school teacher to just a friend. Whatever it is, I think motherhood should be celebrated. And one of the neat things about SendOutCards is the personalization, where there's lots of cards to choose from, but you can write your own message, even on the front of a card, and have something very personalized and very special for those moms that you want to celebrate. So I hope you take that to heart, and that's really what SendOutCards is about, is reaching out to others in kindness and celebrating lives while people are still alive. And I hope that we can give you some ideas and some inspiration to help you with that. We're calling this a workshop because I really do want it to be hands-on. Now, yes, this is a webinar. I'm doing a presentation, and you're just kind of sitting and watching and listening. I do want you to soak it up, but I call it a workshop because I want everyone to realize that you have someone to help you with SendOutCards. One of the wonderful things about the organization of SendOutCards being network marketing is that everyone has a coach. Everyone has someone who is assigned to help them be successful using SendOutCards. Whether you're a customer or whether you're a distributor, doesn't matter. Everyone has that personal connection to SendOutCards. And even if the person who introduced you to SendOutCards is not currently working it as a business, or they're brand new like you and they don't really know what to do, there's going to be someone upline from them who is there to help you. And even if you don't have anyone that you know of that's available to help you, you can always go right to SendOutCards.com, and under the help menu, go down to support. And this is where you can see the phone number for customer service and the hours of operation, Monday through Friday and also on Saturdays. And there's also a live chat during those business hours where you can just click this button down here. Even if you don't know your ID number, you could just type in, don't know, and then put your name and your email, and you could start a live chat session if you wanted to do it that way instead of calling on the phone. But wanted you to know that there are people standing by ready to help you, and start with the person who invited you to this webinar or introduced you to SendOutCards. And if you have any trouble getting in touch with them, or you don't know who to call, you can go right to SendOutCards customer service, and they will take good care of you. All right, so it is a workshop because we want you to take the things that we're discussing and sharing with you and get that hands-on interaction so that you can put it to good use. As we go through this, I'm going to show you several different things, starting with how to simply send a card real quick to your mom or the special moms in your life, and then I'm going to go into detail on how to do some things pretty fancy. And throughout that process, I want you to don't get too caught up in the how. I don't want you to get too focused on how I did the little details. Just trust that the how is really intuitive when you actually get in the system and start doing it yourself. What I do want you to focus on is what the system is capable of doing. And if you're taking notes, that's great. But again, don't write down all the details of how to do things. Just write down the ideas that you get of what you can do and what you would like to do for the special moms in your life. And one of the great places to get ideas is on Facebook, actually. If you're not already a member of this group, there's a group called Support Group for Picture Plus Aholics on Facebook. And Picture Plus is what we call the system where we can make our own cards. And when you go and you can join this group, again, it's called Support Group for Picture, and then put a space, plus Aholics. And this is where, how many people are there now? 1,395 members and growing. And this is where you can come and share your creative card ideas. And you can see other ideas that other people have done. And this is a cute one. Save the date invitation card. So here's the front of the card, and she actually used text boxes to put the words on the cushions of the couch. That's kind of cool. Doesn't have anything to do with Mother's Day, but as you scroll down through here, you'll see a lot of creative ideas from other people. And if you're not already coming in to look at this, it's a great place to find those ideas for yourself. All right, so join the Picture Plus Aholics group on Facebook is your first tip. Now, some of you may be SendOutCards customers or even distributors, and you haven't used the system for a while. So I'm going to start with the basics of how to log in if you forgot your username and or password. That's a question that comes up every now and then. And again, if you need help, right under the help menu, go to support and you can call customer service. But I'm going to show you how you can click the login button. And if you don't know your login information, you can just come down here to forgot username or password, and you could put in your username if you knew that, but probably even easier, just put in your email address that you think is on file or that you remember is on file with your SendOutCards account, and click the button to email username and password, and the system will immediately send you an email with your login information. Be sure to check your spam folder if you don't see it in your inbox, but that should show up within a few seconds. And then after you have your username and password, you're simply going to come over and log in at SendOutCards.com, and we'll go to the main menu for starters, and you're logged into your account. The first thing I want to show you is how to use the tutorials. And I know help menus are commonly ignored in software, so I always like to point this out. Go under the help menu and go to tutorials and media. And there's a great website overview video, but the real trick is to scroll down under that main video to where it says more tutorials. And you see this other little scrolly bar here where you can go through, and they've got short little videos on how to do all of the good stuff. Here's how to make a video card. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. How to send a card, starting out basic. How to use Picture Plus 2.0, do some of the fancy stuff with graphics. So these are all tutorial videos that you can watch on your own schedule. And I'm going to be referring to this a few times today, so I wanted to point that out right off the bat. Let's go ahead and send a card real quick so you can see how easy it is. Starting at the main menu, and like most things on a computer, there's more than one way to do most things. So you could either go up to the red bar and create a card, or right here on the main menu, simply create a card. And let's say that we just want to send Mom a Mother's Day card. Over here on the left side of the screen, you can see the different categories. We're going to go to holidays, and then you see all the different holidays that are listed in blue, alphabetical order. Go to Mother's Day, and then you can see under Mother's Day they have even more detailed subcategories. And on the right side of the screen, you're seeing what the actual cards, the front of the cards, look like. Some of them have a default message inside. Some are blank. You can tell if there's a little black arrow next to it, there's a message inside. Simply click on the card, you can see the front, and then click the inside to see the inside. let's go ahead and you know what? I'm just going to pick a card here. And one of my favorites is, I'm going to click on Mother as the subcategory, and I really like this card right here. It says, it's no coincidence that mom spells wow if you look at it right. That's a good looking card. Then the inside says, wishing you a happy Mother's Day. So again, this is our quick example. You just go in, find a card, and this is like we're holding the card open looking at the inside. I'm going to click to type my message, and let's just put something in here. Dear Mom, I hope you enjoy your special day. I love you. Okay. And maybe I want to go ahead and highlight that and center it, make the font a little bit bigger. Again, nothing too fancy. I can click the black letter A, change it to blue. Dear Mom, I hope you enjoy your special day. I love you, your son Jim. Okay, about as fancy as you'd get at the Hallmark store, right? Grab a card, type a message, click continue in the bottom right. This is the envelope page, and you can change. I'm going to make it just from Jim, and this is where you just type in your mom's name and address. I'm going to put in something fictitious here. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new entry in Contact Manager. That'll remember that new fictitious person. Gifts. No, I'm not in the mood to send a gift today. Feeling kind of cheap. Continue without gift. Confirmation page. Send the card, and I'm done. So that's the quick example of how to pick a card, type a message, and send it to your mom or whoever the special mom is in your life. And your card is on its way. It actually will be processed to print at midnight Utah time, so you can go back and delete it or make changes, which I'm actually going to go ahead and delete that card while I'm thinking about it. Back here on the main menu, I can pull up card history. And for those of you who are new and have not used the system before, I want to emphasize these are real paper greeting cards. Even though we're doing everything on the internet, SendOutCards, if I hadn't canceled it, SendOutCards would print that card and put it in the mail and mail it for you. So this is a pretty cool combination of high tech and high touch. So that is the quick example. Let's go ahead and slow things down and show you how you can make a fancy card. So again, we're going to start with create a card, and you can do the same thing under the red bar here. And instead of picking one out of the catalog, this time we're going to go up to the top left and create a Picture Plus 2.0 card. And this basically gives you a blank canvas to work with, and you start by picking the size that you want the card to be. I'm going to go ahead and do a 5x7 greeting card in the horizontal format, and it's going to start on the front of the card, so just drag image here. And I'm not going to show you everything the system can do. I encourage you to go watch the tutorial on how to do Picture Plus 2.0, but I will show you a lot of fun things that you can do here and give you some tips and tricks as we go. So let's start with the templates, and you can grab this little line here and move it down to see all the different categories of templates that are in here. They actually have a Mother's Day category, and all you do is click on one of them, and you can see it's got a couple places for pictures. It says Happy Mother's Day. And I'm actually going to go down. There's another category, and they're not in alphabetical order. Don't ask me why. I think they're just in the order that they were added. And if you ever have suggestions on things like that, this is a good place to mention that you can send your suggestions. There's a special email address called wishlist@sendoutcards.com. So all together, no spaces, of course, wishlist@sendoutcards.com. So if you'd like to send them a suggestion that you wish these were in alphabetical order, I think that would be wonderful, because the more of us that do that, the quicker things get improved. And I'll just tell you, in the 6 years that Tori and I have been using SendOutCards, almost 6 years now, we've seen a lot of improvements, and it just keeps getting better. So there's a couple other templates here to show you. You can easily just drag pictures over. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And then I'm going to go to my pictures here in the top left, and there's already some pictures that have been uploaded, and we even organized ours into categories. I'm going to go ahead and use the 2011 Pittman Family Calendar. These are pictures my wife used to put our calendar together, and I'm going to pick on some family members here just by dragging some random pictures over to show you how easy it is to drag and drop, and it puts the pictures right here on the front of our card. And if we wanted to, we could even click on different elements and kind of move things around. Maybe I wanted that on the left side or whatever, but I'll go ahead and just leave it right there. It's fine. And that's it. That's the front of the card. If I wanted to add a blank text item, I could do that right here just by clicking that, and it brings up a text box if I wanted to type something else in here and change the font or whatever. But let's go to the inside of the card. And it starts with a white background, which you could easily just type your message and be done with it, but we don't want to be that simple. Let's go ahead and add some elements. So here in the elements, you can see we've got a lot of categories. So again, let's go down and find something that'll match. Mother's Day flowers, that looks good. And let's just grab some solid colors. Whenever you do one of these rectangles and you want to have it cover the whole background, you could kind of resize there and then resize there and resize there, and you're going to spend all day resizing to get it just right. What works much better is drag one of the corners where you want it, and actually just a little further in this case because we want it to be full bleed. And then once you have it moved where you want it, then grab that little blue box in the opposite corner, and it'll automatically be proportioned just right. And again, I always like to go a little bit past the edge of the card just to be safe that we've got it full bleed. So I'm going to put that one on the top, and then I'm going to come down here and grab this pink one for the bottom. Again, just pick a corner and move it over. And you have the move tool when your cursor looks like an X with the little arrow tips on it. So that's the move tool. And then when you put your cursor over the opposite corner from the one that you put where you want it, you see it turns to just a double arrow, and that's the resize tool. So different tools depending on where you put your mouse cursor. And again, I'm going a little bit past the edge of my card so I know it's full bleed. And then to unselect that element, I'm just going to click in the white area here to the right. And isn't that a lot better than a white inside? And it complements the front of the card. You can see up here at the top, I can click back on the front of the card and come to the inside. Let's go ahead and put another picture on the inside. Maybe one that looks... Can't go wrong with pictures of kids, right? So there we go. There's my brother-in-law and my cute little niece. All right, and let's add some other fun stuff here. Now, first of all, I'd like to emphasize, just imagine you were in Walmart, maybe a grocery store, maybe even the Hallmark store, and you were looking for a Mother's Day card, and as you're walking down the aisle, all of a sudden you see a card that has pictures of your family members on the card, right there at the Hallmark store. Can you believe it? What would you pay for that card? I mean, it's almost priceless, right? I mean, how amazing. Here's a card with my own family pictures on it right here at the store. And that's really what we have here with SendOutCards. And in a matter of just a few minutes, I made this amazing one-of-a-kind card that SendOutCards will print and mail and be just as good a quality, if not better, than what you're going to buy at the store. So I just want to point that out. This is really amazing that we can do this. So back on the inside, we could go ahead and type a message here. And let me go ahead and just put something in so we can play around with it. And I'm not going to type much for the sake of time. I just want to show you again how you can come in here and change the font. One of the options after you set up your own account is you can have your real handwriting in the system. And that is a $99 option. And you fill out a special font form and send it in to SendOutCards. And one of our graphic artists will actually make your handwriting font for you, and you can use it here in the system. Not only that, but they make it available where you can download a special file to your computer and have your font on your own computer, so you could use it in programs like Microsoft Word and actually type things in your handwriting outside of SendOutCards. So that's kind of an added bonus, just so you know. What I clicked on here is my wife's handwriting. You saw the list of all the fonts, which everybody has, and then the last one at the bottom says Tori. That's my wife's name. And if we wanted to, down under this, we could click on Insert Signature, and you see we have 4 different signatures. So we've got one for Jim, one for Tori, one for the Pittman family, and then we have one that we never use. I'll go ahead and give you a quick tip here. We did this almost 6 years ago, and we didn't really think it through because we made one signature that has both of our first names and our last names. Let me make it bigger so you can see it here. And what we realized after we did that is if we're sending a card to someone that we both know, it's either a really close friend or it's a family member, right? That's kind of logical. Well, if it's a really close friend or a family member, we wouldn't sign our last name like that. So we never use these, and that's just something to think about. When you do the handwriting and the signatures, just ask yourself, what are the different ways we would send a card? So usually what Tori and I will do is we just use our different signatures like this, and make that a little smaller. So, because you can put in more than one. So we'll do about like that. So if we both want to sign it, we got Tori's real signature and we got my real signature. And again, if you to see me sign my signature on a piece of paper, that's exactly what it looks like, and it's built into the SendOutCard system. That's an option. Again, it's a $99 one-time setup to get your handwriting, all your letters and numbers and punctuation and everything, and 4 different signatures. And you saw the other one we had there is the Pittman family, which we use a lot as well. And just highlight it to resize, and there you go. So a couple of tricks there. You can also change the font color. When you click the little white A on the black background down here, you could do the few colors they have here, or you can go more colors, and it gives you a little eyedropper on the color wheel. And you can pick a color here, and you can even do add to palette, and it'll remember your 3 favorite colors. What a lot of people don't know is you can also pull the eyedropper up here into your card. Like say I wanted to match this yellow right here in this picture, I can actually click on the photo in my card and it matches that color, and I can even add that to my palette, and that is now the color of my font, which was not a good one right there because of the pink background. But tell you what, let's go ahead and pull it up here. I bet it'll look better. There we go. So what I just did, get rid of this extra text box, is I matched, looks like, I don't even know what that is she's sitting on, but whatever that yellow color is right there, I matched the font color using the SendOutCard system. So that's kind of cool. All right, some other fun things. Putting videos in our cards. Yes, this is a real paper greeting card that someone is going to get in their mailbox, and they're going to be holding it in their hands. So you ask, how in the world do we put videos in a paper greeting card? And the answer is in the form of a QR code, and that stands for quick response. One of the tutorials that I showed you earlier is how to make a video card. So that's what we call this, and I want to spend a little bit of time on it because it's a really cool feature. Now some of you are saying, I don't know how to use YouTube, I don't know how to put my videos on YouTube, all that stuff scares me. That's okay. All right, don't worry about it. I just want you to kind of soak this up, and hopefully I'm going to be able to show you how easy this is to do. So first of all, we need a video that we want to share with the person. And I'm going to go to youtube.com, and if you want to, you can take your own videos and upload them, and I'll show you an example of one that my family did for Christmas, for our Christmas card. But you don't have to. There's lots of other great videos out there that you can use and share with people. So I'm going to type in Happy Mother's Day. And of course on YouTube, like any search engine, you've got to be careful. There's a lot of garbage out there. But I did a quick check of this before our webinar today, and I can tell you that this one right here with these 2 guys, looks like it's Baratz and Beretta. This is a funny one if you haven't seen it. It's been around for a few years. Looks like over 10 million people have watched it. And it's a funny video that you might like to put in a card depending on the special mom that you're sending it to and her sense of humor. Scroll down a little bit. And another one that I like is the Skit guys. They have this mom song. Actually, if you go ahead and just type in for the search on youtube.com, I'm going to type in the mom song. And not only does that one come up, which is kind of a funny one, but this mom song that, what was her name? Not remembering her name right now. It's like Refro or something. This is hilarious if you guys haven't seen this. But we learned something last year, and I want to tell you this as a learning experience that you can share, and that is not all videos that are on YouTube can be watched on a mobile device. And a lot of people, when they get this card, they're going to actually watch the video on their cell phone or their iPad or their tablet or whatever it is they use to read the QR code that I'm going to show you, and they're going to be watching it on a mobile device. Well, there's a setting that the person who put the video on YouTube controls that may prevent it from working on a mobile device. So we actually grabbed one of these videos last year of this funny song, and we blasted it out to a bunch of our favorite moms, and after we sent it, someone brought to our attention that they were not able to watch it on their phone. It has nothing to do with SendOutCards. It has nothing to do with anything we did wrong. It has to do with the fact that the video was not able to be viewed on a mobile device. So how do you handle that? Simply test it before you put it in a card. For example, and I can tell you this one right here that says the momsong.flv. This is the one that I tested this morning, and it worked just fine. So this is the video. I just turned the sound off here so it doesn't get on the recording. And what you want to do is watch this on your phone. Well, one easy way to get this to your phone, and this is, again, outside of SendOutCards, I'm just giving you guys some random tips and tricks here, is something called Chrome to Phone. So it's a plug-in extension for Google Chrome, which is the browser that I'm using. And up here in the corner, there's this little icon where all I do is click it, and it sends this web page, whatever I'm looking at, just got sent to my phone automatically and instantly. It's pretty cool. And so if you have a mobile device like a smartphone and you use it a lot where you browse things, or I use it all the time for Google Maps. If I'm going to drive somewhere, I'll usually look up the address on my computer, and then I hit Chrome to Phone, and it instantly sends the map to my phone so I can use my GPS navigation. Has nothing to do with sending your Mother's Day cards, unless you're using it to go visit mom, I guess. But I thought you guys might appreciate that trick. And for those of you who have smartphones, that right there will probably make it all worth it for you. In fact, just to show you, when you go to do a search, like I know you can just do it right here in the browser, but if you're not using Google Chrome, just go to google.com and type in Chrome to Phone. And it's called an extension. So it's a free Chrome to Phone, and you can install that in your Google Chrome browser, and any web page that you're looking at, again, you just hit that little button and it sends it right to your phone. As long as you can watch the video on your phone, then you know that it works, and it's a good video to put in a SendOut card. All right. If I've totally confused you, don't worry. Take a deep breath. Hang on for the ride. We're having fun. So now what I'm going to do is copy. I'm going to highlight and copy the actual YouTube address. So I'm just going to right click and copy. So this is the address to this video, and I know that because it's the only video that I see on the screen. And then I'm going to go back to SendOutCards. Here I am back on the inside of my card. And just remember that videos are moving pictures. So we know we go to our pictures. And then under that we click Upload More Pictures. This is where we'd normally go to get our photos. The trick is to scroll this window down, and you see QR code generator YouTube URL. So in this little box is where I'm going to right click and paste, and it just put that address that I copied from YouTube, and I click generate. There's a few really amazing things that just happened automatically, and let me go ahead and explain what they are. First of all, this QR code was generated, and it was put right here in my pictures. That just happened. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it. And this is to be read by mobile devices that have a camera and internet access. So a smartphone, a tablet, an iPad, anything that has a camera and is connected to the internet. There's a free app that a lot of people have these days where all they do is scan it and it goes to a website. The website that it's going to go to is actually printed right here at the bottom. And you notice it's a shortcut. My SOC video stands for mysendoutcardsvideo.com/ and then a code. Just so you know, what it says in this gobbledygook of a square is the exact same thing as what it says in letters down here. It's kind of like two different languages. Think of this as, German and French or whatever. It's just a different language that computers are able to read. More specifically, a smartphone or mobile device is able to read this, and when it scans that, the mobile device is simply going to go to the address here. That's important for you to know because people who don't have the fancy mobile device are still able to watch the video by typing in this address manually into their computer. So if you're worried that mom doesn't know how to read QR codes, that's okay. She can still type in this address to watch the video, and who knows, maybe when she shows the card to some of her friends, they'll scan it with their phone. So I'm going to make that a little smaller. Usually want it to be somewhere around this size. Works well. And so that's one thing. Two things that happened is it made the QR code and it made the special shortcut. Something else is you notice when I hover over it, it shows what that video looks like. And that comes in handy because when you have a lot of QR codes like we do, there's actually a category here in our pictures called QR codes. You can see all of the different videos that we have QR codes just by pointing at them. That way you know which one you're getting. So that's a pretty cool feature that SendOutCards built into the system. Up here in the top left, go to Elements, and there's a video card elements section where we have a bunch of these elements that we can include with the card, and they all pretty much say the same thing. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see. It says it's a video card. To watch your personalized video, just scan the QR code with your smartphone or go to the web address beneath the code. So they're actually instructions to tell the person what to do so you don't have to worry about it. So you could use that one. I kind of like this one sometimes. It's designed to be kind of like it's pointing at the QR code. And there you go. Get a quick drink of water here, pardon me. So that is how to put a YouTube video in a SendOut card, and that will be printed just like that, and someone can use their mobile device to watch the video and have fun with it. You can put more than one in a card. You can put as many as you want, just a matter of how many can fit in there. And now let's go ahead and continue to the next section. Make sure my internet's still awake here. And we're done with the YouTube example. Again, all I did was go to youtube.com and search. I did the mom song, and I did Mother's Day or Happy Mother's Day, and bunches of different videos came up if you want to do it that way. This would be a good place, before I forget, to show you what my family did. If you go to pitcut.com, it's kind of like a shortcut, but it's for the Pittman family. So that's just a little thing I set up, pitcut.com. And this was actually the link that we put in our Christmas card. And you can come here and watch our holiday video that we made. And it's kind of funny, but we set up a camera and did some little outtakes and stuff and sent it out to all the people that we care about. So if you want to use your camera or your phone that has a camera and take your own video and upload it to YouTube, I'm sure Mom would love that. You know, the more personalized you can get with photos and with videos, the better it's going to be. So if you want to watch that, you're welcome to. Just go to pitcut.com. and use the menu up here at the top. We even have a slideshow with more of our Christmas pictures from our photo thing and some dancing elves and other fun stuff. So that is that. All right, so back to where we were here. Hold on one sec. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you on when you're making your card. So again, we got the front of the card, we got the inside, and I showed you some tips and tricks there. Go ahead and click Save as Picture Plus, and that will save the card into your catalog so that you can easily use it again later if you want to. There's actually a section of the catalog that says My Cards, and you can find your Picture Plus cards there. So I think because I'm sharing the screen with so many people, it's being a little bit slow here. Let's give it a second to catch up with me, and hopefully my wireless connection is still good here. Let me check the website here. Yeah, it looks like we're still online. All right, let's continue. And bear with me, dramatic pause. All right, well, I'm not sure what happened with this browser window. I might have had Chrome doing too many things at once, but I'm going to go ahead and come back to, I want to show you the GIFs. So from SendOutCards homepage, I'm going to click on GIFs. And you know what? You should send Mom a GIF. You can do gift cards, or if you go to SOC GIFs, they have everything from gourmet foods to even special occasions, gift baskets, all kinds of things. You can go into the For Women section. Have fun with it. I just want to explain real quick that most of the gifts use what are called points and also expense. And the points are vary in price depending on whether you're getting the preferred pricing or whether you're paying retail pricing, and expenses for shipping. And we are going to talk about pricing before we're done, but I just wanted to point out that there are a lot of really cool gifts in here for you to send to the mothers that you care about. So take your time to go through the different categories and see all the things that you can send as a gift. In addition to that, back to your main menu here in the top left, we're going to go to the blue button that says SOC Photo Store. And if you haven't been on SendOutCards or been staying up to date the last few months, this is one of the new things that is really exciting, where you can actually come in here and create everything. I'm just going to go to Learn More up here at the top. This is the we call this the Wheel of Fortune, all the different products. But if I go to Learn More, you'll be able to see the pricing information for everything from photo books to calendars to posters, canvas prints, business cards, and not just for send out cards. You can make any type of business cards you want. They have lots of templates, bulk cards, which I'll talk more about in a second, and you can even make cases for your iPhone, and they have metal prints. You can have photos printed on metal. Probably last forever. This is the new photo store, and the way it's currently set up is you create these things in the system using your own photos, and then SendOutCards will send it to you. So you would need to either hand deliver it or reship it to mom. And in the future, we expect to be able to send these gifts with our cards all in one step. But for now, this is very amazing. The prices are competitive, and what you're able to do, I mean, how much would mom love to get a calendar that she can use for the whole year with all the family pictures? You can even have pictures on each individual birthday or anniversary or other special date. Absolutely amazing. So again, we just clicked on the link right on the main menu from the SendOutCards page. Go to your main menu, and it's called SOC Photo Store, or you could simply go to socphotostore.com, and if it asks you to log in, you'll use the same username and password that you use to log into SendOutCards. Every customer and distributor has access to the SOC Photo Store, so I want to encourage you to do that. All right, for the bulk cards, probably not going to be a popular option for Mother's Day, but just so you know, you might have some graduates who are looking to send some graduation announcements right now. That would probably be a little more applicable, because these ones are sold in packs of 50, and they send them to you. And then it's up to you to hand deliver them or pass them out to people. I've honestly never done it, because one of the things I love about SendOutCards is that they mail the cards for me. Whether I'm sending one or whether I'm sending several hundred, they send the cards for me. Well, if you do this bulk card option, they also give you the chance to do the option to do a flat card, 5x7. And a lot of people like that. But if you want to have a stack of them of 50 or in quantities of 50, then you can actually come in here and design a card in the photo store, and they have lots of different categories to choose from for templates and whatnot. So wanted to point out that exciting new option as well. All right, back to sendoutcards.com, and what I want to do now is go over the pricing info, which changed in January of 2005. So if you haven't been 2005, where'd that come from? It's January 5th, 2012. Just this last January, we have some exciting news on the pricing. So right from the sendoutcards.com website on the home page, I'm going to go to Ways to Get Started. And there's a short video here. I'm going to pause it. And there's text that explains it. It basically says you can either be a customer or you can be a distributor to earn money. Come down here and click whichever button you want. So I'm going to go to the customer options, and there's another short video that I'm going to pause. And this is where you can see the details of the pricing. And as you saw before with the gifts, there's a point system. It's 1 point for a postcard, 2 points for a 2-panel card, 3 points for a 3-panel, and 1 additional point to add 1 or more elements. So it might be your photos, your QR code. Even if you put in a whole bunch of different things, like the example that we did earlier, it's only 1 additional point. Okay, so for a 5x7 card, the most expensive card we have would be a 4-point card. It'd be the 3 panels plus 1 point for your own photos. It's a 4-point card. How much you're paying for those points is what changes. If you get on a subscription as a preferred customer, for $31, you get 100 points every month. And there's no contract. You can turn off the subscription anytime you want, and the points that you purchase will roll over if you don't use them for a total of at least 12 months. So even if you don't use them right now, come Christmas time, maybe you paid for your holiday cards. So for people that are going to send more than about 10 cards a month, or they like sending the gifts, then that makes sense to do the preferred pricing. You're only paying 31 cents a point. Or to make an apples to apples comparison to a card you'd buy at Walgreens or even Hallmark, where you'd pay $3, $4, maybe $5 for a card, you're only paying 62 cents for that same type of card. Pretty amazing. And of course, that does not include postage, just like when you buy the card at the store, they don't give you the stamp usually. All right, retail pricing is 49 cents a point. You can get that price by either doing $9.80 a month for a total of 20 points, or as a pay-as-you-go, if you buy 200 points all at once for 98 bucks, then you're getting the same price per point. And again, those would be good for at least 12 months. The other options is pay-as-you-go. The price changes depending on how many points you buy at once. And again, the points just sit there till you use them, and then after 12 months they would expire. But that gives you plenty of time to get through your next holiday season or the next busy season of birthdays for your family, or if you're using it for business or whatever. Again, there's no contract, meaning you can change. If you start on a subscription, you can change between the 980 and the 31 or back. You can start as pay-as-you-go. You can start as a subscription. Most people will do the 980 subscription to try it out, just because you're getting such a better deal than paying 99 cents a point starting here. But the only restriction to know about is when you're on a subscription and you're getting the better pricing, if you turn the subscription off, meaning you become a pay-as-you-go customer, you have to wait 60 days before you can turn the subscription back on, because they don't want people jumping back and forth every week. So that's why I tell people, you know what, just start on a subscription, either the 31 or the 980, try it out, and even if you do end up having a bunch of points stored up, then you can turn off the subscription and you're on pay-as-you-go while you use up those points. So if any of that confuses you, I know I went through it really fast, just get back with the person who invited you to this webinar and talk to them, or call customer service if you don't have anyone directly that you can talk to, and they can help you get your questions answered. And I already talked about the handwriting font option here for $99. You can see that. And if any of you already have an account and you want to do that, I'm just going to show you on your main menu. On the left side, you can go to Purchase Products, and that will take you to the page where you can see handwriting and 4 signatures for $99. And mine's a little bit different because I already bought it. But you'll see on your account it'll say handwriting and 4 signatures. It'll be $99. Just put in that quantity 1. And that's how you pay for it. And then the way that you actually send it in is under the help menu. Go to downloads, and these are in alphabetical order. Just scroll down to handwriting font form with instructions, and that's a PDF that you can open up and download, and you're going to want to print this on a color printer per the instructions. And they give you an example showing how you're going to fill out all your uppercase, lowercase, punctuation, your 4 different signatures. And here's the blank form that you're going to do, and just put your ID number, and if you don't know your ID number, I'll show you where to get that, and your name, and mail that in. And when they get it in the mail, the first thing they're going to check is that you paid the $99. As long as you paid, then they are going to go ahead and process that within usually about 10 to 14 days, and you'll see your handwriting and your signatures pop up in your account like you saw mine and Tori's. If you don't know your account number, just hover over the word account, and you can see your customer number or your distributor number right there. And another place is when you're on your in your contact manager and it says welcome, it also has your ID number right there under the red bar, just so you know. All right, let me look at my notes. If you guys have any questions, you can, those of you who are on the live call have my email address. Nothing's come in yet, so I guess we're covering everything okay. I'm just going to look at my notes here, make sure that I got everything that I wanted to cover. And let me go ahead, and I've got a couple things to finish up with, but I'm going to unmute the call for those of you who are on the live call. And go ahead and speak up if you have anything that you would like to ask, and then I'll repeat it for the recording. All right, anyone on the live call have anything specific you'd like me to go into more detail on, or anything that I did not cover that you were hoping I would? Okay, well, I guess we are in good shape. So to finish up here, thank you again for those of you who came to the live call today, and those of you who are watching this recording. I just want to leave you with one more special gift that does not have to do with Mother's Day cards specifically, but it is a passion of mine and a work of my heart. And without giving you my whole story right now, I'll just tell you that I absolutely love network marketing, and I used to absolutely hate it. And in between, I went through a transition, of course. And there are a lot of people who like the idea of creating their own business, like SendOutCards, where they can work from home and be their own boss and build residual income. But those people have a negative perception of network marketing. So this is a gift for you to share with those people, and maybe that person might be you. And it's flyinghigherbook.com. And this is a free ebook that I wrote. It's short, it's less than 40 pages, and I would encourage you to read it and take it to heart and share it with the people that you know that would like to set themselves free from their current job or career or whatever they feel trapped in. And this is something that might be able to help them out. So my passion is helping other people achieve their dreams, and network marketing is a fit for a lot of people, but we so often have that negative first impression like I did years ago, and you'll read about that in my quick story here. The book's not about me, but I do use my story as context to help other people. So flyinghigherbook.com, and I do ask that you go ahead and click the little like button and like it for my Facebook page, and I appreciate you doing that. So with that, thank you everyone for being on the webinar today and participating in this. Remember what I started with. To make this a workshop, you need to get back with the person who invited you, get back with the person who introduced you to SendOutCards, and have them go through some of this with you hands-on so that you can really experiment and practice and have fun with it. And the mothers in your life are going to really appreciate the amazing cards that you're going to send with your pictures, with your videos, with your special messages. And I hope that I've been able to give you some ideas and some tips and some tricks to help you make it fun and easy. So with that, you all have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.